Greetings, I'm Barrett, and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we are continuing our playthrough of Shadows of Brimstone. We've made it we're trying to escape from this fortress is what we're trying to do. We've made it to our third room. We were able to dispatch some spearmen, and we're continuing to move on. There are a couple things that I need to correct from our last video, and as you saw, a lot of the pinned comments and also our subtitles hopefully helped you realize some of the mistakes I made. There is a lot going on in this game, and I am, like I said, trying to knock a little bit of rust off while I play because it has been a while since I've been back to this game. The first thing I need to talk about is this protruding little corner here. I am not allowed to go diagonal past a protruding corner. So this person should have gone 1, 2, 3 around. It's not going to make any play impact because our monster we killed was right there. On top of that, our samurai did do some damage in the last video that I did not make a comment about. So he should have gained another fury token. He is now up to 2 fury tokens and he has 2 grit. Our sorceress and our traveling monk both have 2 grit, and our monk has 2 key tokens. Our assassin is the only one that's kind of floundering. She only has 1 key token. That's all she can get because of an injury she got after our last mission. She does have 2 wounds against her body, and she also has 1 wound against her spirit. Hopefully we can work on getting those taken care of during this particular round. Hopefully, maybe we'll see. We're going to be going on into our next room potentially, and we're going to continue to try to escape from this dungeon. Maybe it's not really a dungeon. I guess it's a giant fortress. We're trying to escape from a giant fortress. And if you're excited to see if our assassin, samurai, warrior, sorcerers, and traveling monk can make it out, then I need you to meet me at the table. We start our adventure by trying to hold back the darkness. We do need a 7+. We got another double 6. That's absolutely amazing. That's how we started the last video. Double 6 allows each hero to recover D6 grit or health wounds, determining, or you can mix and match whatever you want here. I got only 1. Oh, that's so sad. I'm going to get rid of the sanity hit for her, and the other people can all decide to either gain a grit or heal themselves. And everybody's at max grit. We've been doing absolutely fantastic so far during our escape, except our assassin. I wish I would have rolled a little bit higher to get rid of those wounds. Before we start moving, there is, again, one more thing I forgot. There's so much going on. This helmet right here, this is also something that should have happened in our last mission there, our last video. Once per turn, when you kill an enemy, I gain a fury. He was able to kill one of those spearmen, so he should have got another fury, so he's up to 3 fury. Kasumi's going to start us off by rolling her movement here. She got a 4 plus 2 is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not quite enough to get to that door. And yes, I totally forgot about my cool doors. I had painted these up and were ready to go. I had them in the last video. Totally forgot I had those. I had to make sure I picked those back out for us. We're going to scavenge in this room with Kasumi. Let's see if we're able to find anything. We are not able to find anything. So we'll go to our next person, which is going to be Shintaro. Shintaro is going to take 1 key token and put it in with his key. He's got a total of 3. I may have missed one in my last video. Not exactly sure, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And because there's that line there, I cannot go diagonal around that. We're going to try to scavenge in this room. Let's see if he can find anything. He did not find anything, so that's the end of his turn. We'll move into Yuri's turn. Yuri's going to roll. Yuri also got a 6. Our guys are moving now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I can't get by this person, so I'm going to have to stop right there. But we're going to roll our 3 dice and see what we get. Now I think about it, maybe I should have put him over here so people could have maybe got by, but that's okay. She also didn't find anything in this room. That's out of control. The last person is, of course, Bob. Bob got a 6, but he can't even get by these people. He's just going to move up a couple, and that's going to be it. He's going to roll for his scavenge. Look at that. He got 3 6s. That means not only did he successfully scavenge, he gets 3 different things, which could be good and bad, but you do get to scavenge for every 6 you roll. You gain a scavenge card. So we'll put that scavenge token out there, and we get 3 of these cards. Let's give them a good old truffle shuffle here and draw 3 out. There's 1/3 is great, 1/3 is not, and of course the other 3 we've seen a lot of, which is there is nothing here. The first one we have found is, well, nothing here. 10 experience points. Nothing here, 10 experience points. Look at this. We have found a small find. We've scavenged 25 gold, and we've also got 30 experience points for our main man, Bob, as well. It's time to try to hold back the darkness. We're just going to roll it right here. We got a 9. We're able to hold that back. It is time for Kasumi, and now I have to make a decision. Do I want Kasumi to run up through that door, or do I want to wait one more turn for my team to show up? I think we are going to wait. She's going to get plenty of movement to get there, but she's just going to stop right here and do a search again. We're going to do another scavenge and see what we get. We found nothing. We're going to go into Shintaru's turn. Shintaro got a 1. He's going to gain a grit. He already has a grit, so he's going to spend the grit he would normally get from that 1 to have him roll again. He got a total of 3 movement. 1, 2, 3. That's totally fine because, like I said, we're just trying to get up to our door and get everybody together. He's going to also gain 1 key token at the beginning of his turn. He is up to 4. The max key that he can ever have is 6. We'll move into our sorceress's turn. Our sorceress got a 2, 1, 2. That's just not enough to get past. I need to get her up here. I need to get her past that point. So she is going to spend a grit to roll again for movement. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to spend a grit for movement, so she gets 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's fantastic. I don't get the grit for that 1, though. So she's down to 1 grit. That's totally fine. Now it's up to Bob. Come on, Bob, let's move. Let's move like you got a purpose. 3, 1, 2, 3, and he does have those marching boots, so he's going to go to 4 right there. Okay, I think our group is pretty well together. We're going to roll up that hold back the darkness again. Oh, we got a 4 this time. But before we are going to move this token down, I did forget these 3 people do get a chance to scavenge if they want. So we're going to start with Shintaro. Shintaro didn't find anything. Our sorceress didn't find anything, and Bob's going to scavenge as well. He also didn't find anything. Now we're moving our thing down to 2, and we have to draw our first darkness card. So we'll get our darkness cards out here, give them a good old truffle shuffle here so that they're nice and mixed up. Draw our top card, and we have, what's this? Terrifying to behold. All enemies with fear, terror, or unspeakable terror do +1 sanity damage on their horror hits. This they cause remains in play. That is probably the worst card I could get. I'm terrible at horror hits. I'm going to put this above our depth track there, so hopefully we can remember we have that. There's a good chance I might forget, but who knows? We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I don't. We're now going to be passing through that door, so let's roll up some movement. We're going to roll first our assassin here. I'm sorry. She's going to move 1 onto that point right there, and now she's going to peer into the next room, which will give her 5 experience points. We'll draw our next map location card and see what we have found. We have found what is a castle wall, so we'll place that out. After placing down that castle wall, I'll take an exploration token, plop it in there. I get to move 1 up on our entering the fortress, or I should say escaping the fortress. So now at this point, we do have a chance of getting out of here. At the beginning of our turns, I should be rolling 2d6. If we ever are equal to or above that number, we get to escape from this fortress. I haven't been rolling because back here is 15, 14, 13. There's no way I can't roll 13 on 2 6-siders, at least unless there's something wrong with these 6-siders. So I haven't been rolling. But our assassin is going to stop right there. We are going to go into Shintaru's turn, who is going to grab yet again another key token, and we're going to roll his movement. He got a 1. He's going to roll again, and let's see if he can get another 1, just like he normally does. He got a 6. He's going to move 1, 2, 3 to right there. I have a plan as to why I'm moving there, and that's going to be the end of his turn. I know it's kind of hard to see with this, so I am going to remove this for now, but it's super cool, and we're going to put that over there. We're going to move to our sorceress's turn. Oh, Shintaru is going to attempt to scavenge. Oh, he cannot scavenge. He's in this room, and you cannot scavenge in a room with enemies or an exploration token. So at this point, we'll move to the sorceress. The sorceress got a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And she's going to move 5 to right here. Hopefully, if we do find something, it doesn't try to kill us, but we shall see. Then the last person is going to be Bob. Bob is moving up. Bob got a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bob's going to move right up into here. So if we find some monsters, they're going to appear over here, and that's going to be okay. We're going to be all set for them. Let's reveal our exploration token and see what we have found. We found an encounter, and there's only 1 space out of this room. Let's roll a d6 and consult our card. We got a 5, so we are going to close off the bottom area. We're not going to be able to go out this way. We can only go up in that direction, so I'll put our little door there. And I'll kind of move that over a little bit so we can kind of see what is going on. I think that's good enough. That'll be fantastic. We do have to draw an encounter, and oh no, this could be bad. We'll see how it all goes. Here's our deck of encounters. We're going to give them a good old truffle shuffle. Now, you don't shuffle them up every time, just the first time, and I actually haven't shuffled any of these since the last time we played, which is why I'm giving them a good old truffle shuffle while we're playing. This is our first encounter we've drawn for this adventure, and we have found something under the floor. Quiet, quiet. Pausing to listen, you hear a faint knocking coming from beneath the floor. Something is down there. You may be able to pry up some of the boards to look. Strength 5. I get to choose a person. If successful, I gain 20 experience points and I roll a d6. I think we're going to choose the person with the most strength. That's going to be our samurai warrior. Our samurai warrior has 5 strength. Can you believe that? He's got 4 from his card, and then he gets +1 for having this banner of the fallen house. I get +1 strength for that. So I'm going to roll up 5, and I need a 5+ on one of these dice. And oh, I just barely got it. It's right there. That's the 5. So we were able to be successful. So at this point, we have to roll a d6 and consult the table. We got a 3. Let's see what it says here. Charred bodies. Take 3 horror hits that do 2 sanity damage each. Oh, that's horrible. Well, look on the bright side. It wasn't a 1. Ambush attack. Something would have been better. Oh, if I could have a 4 or higher, that would have been great. All right, we're going to take some horror hits. That's going to be horrible. Get it? Oh, I'm just amazing. He's got a willpower of 4+. So he's going to take 3 horror hits. I need to roll a 4+ on his willpower in order to survive this. He did not. He only was able to block 1. So he's going to take 2 sets of horror hits, each doing 2 sanity damage each, except for this card right here. It's not going to play into effect because none of this was because of terror or fear or anything. So he is going to take 4 sanity damage. Another thing we can do, since we're all next to each other, is you are able to trade items, and I'm going to probably do that before, or I should do that when it comes to this point. But when he stopped here, I forgot I was planning to trade. I was going to give this dragon helm to her. That was the whole point of me putting myself next to her. And she was going to trade this dragon ring to him. It gives this ability that once per adventure, use 2 grit to transfer any number of wounds from yourself to any mix of other models on your map tile. The reason I want to do that is because he can heal other people, but he can't heal himself. So that's a way to do it. And sadly, our assassin is only able to get 1 max grit right now, so that'll give her an extra grit. On top of that, stopping next to her gives him the ability to heal that 1 wound. And that 1 wound healed also gives him 5 experience points, which is pretty sweet. So I should have done that. I apologize before I drew this card. It's not going to make any gameplay effect, but I should have done that after I finished his movement and during his turn. This is going to get discarded. We're done with that one. We're going to move into the next turn by trying to hold back the darkness. Again, we're at 7, and we got a 9, so we're able to hold back that darkness. Let's move into Kasumi's turn. Kasumi's going to roll her movement here and see how she does. She got a 5, which is 7. And she, because of Nimble, allows you to move through other models and automatically pass escape tests. So 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to move again up into this area here. And we're going to continue exploring this amazing place and hopefully try to get out of it. Oh, which is something I should have done at the start of my turn. I'm allowed to roll 2 6s. Nope, no, didn't do 2 6s. Did not find the way out, which is too bad. So we're going to check to see what is behind that door, which is going to give Kasumi another 5 experience points. She's a big fan of these experience points. And let's see what we have found. We have found a courtyard staircase. And again, if we were playing on the advanced, we'd have to deal with this as well. I think we'll do that in our next adventure. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Let's go grab this. So here's our new map tile out there, and I was doing this a little wrong. Our objective to find the entrance to escape is I have to roll a 2d6 whenever a new map tile is placed. So I'm going to roll that right here. Oh my goodness, we got double 6s. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So we were able to find the exit. So let's check out our objective and see exactly what happens. So here we are. It says anytime a new map tile is placed, move the hero party marker as normal and then roll a 2d6. The roll may not be re-rolled. If the roll is equal to or higher than the current position on the hero party marker, the depth track, the heroes have found the fortress entrance. We're at 11 right now, so we did find it. Ignore any door gate icon on the exploration token for the map tile just placed, if there is an exploration token, as it has only 1 exit leading to the fortress entrance map tile as the final objective room. This is the dangerous escape special rule. Once the heroes escape after defeating any enemies on the last normal map tile, place and or and for the dangerous escape special rule, the mission is successfully completed. Oh my gosh, this is going to be awesome. So I want to make sure I'm doing this right, and there could be a chance I'm doing it wrong. I'm going to complete this room, and the next map tile will be the fortress entrance map tile that we're going to have to roll the escape special rule on, from what I understand how this works. If not, we're just doing an extra room just for fun. And it's going to be great. So we are still going to move this up, and we're going to place down an exploration token into this room, because that is what we still have to do. And then after we complete whatever's in this room, one of these will be the way to get out. Let's roll that right now. I got a 1. So this is going to be blocked off. The only way out is going to be right over here. That's a little off camera. So I'm going to grab our close off thing and put it down. All right, we only have one way we can go, and that's going to be south off of this map tile. Okay. Let's continue with our group here. We're going to go with Shintaro. Shintaro's going to go next with a 3. 1, 2, 3. He's going to stop right there. If there's any monsters in the room, I want Bob in front. It's because Bob can do it. He does end next to our assassin, so I do get to heal 1 wound. I also get to gain a key token, and he is now at max key of 6. He cannot have any more than that. Our sorceress is going to go next. Our sorceress got a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I should have had Shintaro attempt to scavenge in this room. He found nothing. I'm going to have the sorceress scavenge in this room as well, finding nothing. And Bob, now I just realized I'm going to put her back 1. I'll have to put her over here. I'm going to put her right there. The reason I'm doing this, I want Bob to get through. Bob got a 4 plus 1 is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 to right here. I want him to stand there so that if anything does come and attack, he can use his armor and everything to hopefully hold back whatever it is that's going to come after us. Let's grab our exploration token and see what we have found. We have found an encounter with 3 rooms, but like it says, we're just supposed to have 1. And it says encounter, and there's also an exclamation point, so that means we do actually have to fight something as well. Oh my gosh. So first we're going to grab our encounter and see what we have found. It says right here, what's this? Burning ruin, ablaze with a char and flame. The ground here is marked with a burning ruin of hate. It's a summoning point for demons and creatures too foul to speak of. Best to be cautious with evil so near. Every hero may recover a grit. Oh, that's fantastic. I only have a couple people that need a grit, but hey, I'll take it. That's going to be our assassin, and it's also going to be our sorceress. They're all both going to gain 1 grit. Everybody else has max grit, so it's totally fine. Then we have to get a luck 6 in order to pass the next part. Everybody does have to do this test according to the card. So we're going to start with our traveling monk who has 2 luck, but because of his concussion, he only has 1 luck. Another thing I totally forgot about with his concussion, he has -1 to initiative. Initiative should have been 3 this entire time, which means that he should have been going. I wonder if he should have maybe not been going before. He should have been during some of the fights, but that's okay. We're going to roll our luck die for him. Let's see how it goes. He has 6. Oh, fail. All right, that's okay. He failed, but we've got other people here. We have 3 luck for our sorceress. Our sorceress is going to roll up her dice and see how she does. She got a 6. She was able to pass. Then we have 2 luck on our assassin. Our assassin needs to get a 6 on one of them. She did not. I'm going to spend a grit to roll those dice again. I need a 6. Come on. Oh, I did not get a 6. This is going to be really, really bad. All right. We need to roll for our samurai. He only has, I believe, 1 luck. Yes, he does only have 1 luck. But our assassin, we're in luck, has 3 luck because of an upgrade at some point as she was playing. So she doesn't get to roll 1 more die. She got a 5. That's not quite enough. So now I'm going to use that reroll from our grit. Oh, we got 2 5s. You got to be kidding me. Now we're going to go for our samurai. Come on, Bob. I need a 6. Yes. Oh, Bob, you're amazing. Oh, with a name like Bob, what do you expect? We were able to, let's see what it says here. So 2 of us succeeded. It says 6 plus luck. If successfully, gain 20 experience points. So Bob and our Yuri both gained 20 experience points. And if more than half of the heroes failed this test, ambush attack. Barf. Reveal threat cards from the top of the deck until you find one that contains demon or myth enemies. Use that threat card for this attack, then shuffle the disc. Thank goodness we don't have to deal with that. Okay, whoa. Okay, we're going to get 20 experience points for those people. But I still have to do an encounter in here because that's what this symbol says during our scenario. We still have to fight something. So let's see what we're going to be fighting. We're going to be fighting demons anyway. Here comes Zenoni and D3 plus 1 dishonored. Oh my gosh. Let's roll to see how many dishonored are coming in. We got a 2, so that means 1 dishonored and 1 Oni. We'll be placing our enemies down in reverse initiative order from the farthest place from this. So I believe that's going to be over here. So our Dishonored Dead has initiative of 2. Our Oni has an initiative of 3. So when we did fight the Oni in our last video, he should have been going before Shintaro did. That was my mistake. I don't think there's anybody to heal, which is where, because he's right next to there. I think we already did that. Okay, we're going to move into our Hold Back the Darkness, because we need to get these guys. Here we go. We roll back. Oh, I got an 11. Wow, my white dice are on fire, which is absolutely awesome. We're going to move into her turn first. Let's see what she can do here. She got a total of 8 movement. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's see what she can do. With her 8 movement, she's going to be able to move. Now, these are barriers, and I know I just talked about how you can't move diagonally through them. I totally forgot that she can ignore other models when moving, so she can ignore these barriers as well. And according to the way barriers work, they also have no effect on line of sight for ranged attacks, adjacency for escape tests, or melee attacks. They only affect movement. Bombs can be thrown over barriers just like any ranged attack and may bounce through barriers as well. Now, I don't think it can get through here. I could be wrong about how these barriers work exactly, but she's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to right there. Throw her shuriken at that guy, and then she's going to continue her move. Should I really do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could get right here and actually attack him and probably get destroyed. But it might be worth it. Oh, I don't know. She's just... this always happens to her. She always gets up there and then gets killed. Let's see what she does with her shurikens first. I need a 4 or better to hit with these shurikens. We did get a critical hit, which is going to go through defense, which is going to be awesome. She did a total of 3 damage right off the bat to that Oni with those shurikens. We'll place down our wounds right back there. I have like 2 movement left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could get to right here and attack, and I think we're going to do that because even if I tried to get back, he would still be able to get to me with his 5 speed. The only difference here is our Dishonored Dead is also going to be able to move up and attempt to attack. But hopefully we can do a lot of damage to this Oni, and even if I do take some damage with Kasumi, she can run away the next turn. Hopefully the rest of my team can get in here. She's going to use her Ningato here, and she did get another critical hit, but then she also missed. I do have 1 grit. I don't think I'm going to spend it. We're just going to do some damage. Oh, we did 6 damage. That was a power move right there. I did 6 more wounds to this thing. It doesn't have any armor. It only has defense. So I don't even have to worry about it. Not to mention her deadly would ignore the defense since it's the only person next to her that she's attacking. But that's the end of her turn. We're going to go to initiative 3 next because Shintaro should have normally had a 4, but he's got a 3 because of his concussion. And I totally missed that through my whole last playthrough. And before the Oni goes, I did forget that he has Terror 1, and she was standing in this area. So any person standing on the activation of their same map tiles automatically take 1 horror hit, so she'll have to roll her willpower 4 to try to block it. She did not roll her willpower 4, so she is going to take 2 sanity damage before she activated to attack. So we'll take that, and that's going to be it. Now it's the Oni's turn to try to beat her to a pulp because she can't get to anybody else, and he's already engaged. And his card doesn't say anything about changing targets once he's started to be adjacent next to person. This only gets 2 combat dice looking for a 4. Oh, he did get 1 hit. These hits do 5 damage each. This is bonkers. I need to roll a 4 or better on my defense in order to block this. I did not block it. Lucky for me, Kasumi does have her Silent Fighter, which allows you to reroll any number of defense rolls just made. So I'm going to reroll that defense roll. Oh no, we didn't block it. So I am going to have to take 5 damage from that Oni. I'm going to put this right next to her person. She's now at 5 damage down. Oh my gosh, these things hit like trucks. Not only that, he's going to knock me back. The Oni's Bash ability says a hero that takes 1 or more wounds from the Oni combat hits during its turn is knocked back 3 spaces directly away from a random adjacent Oni, moving through any models in the way. If a hero would end in an occupied space or off the board, instead place them in the last empty space, move through, and they take an extra D6 wounds, ignoring defense. Oh, that's brutal. Lucky for us, 1, 2, 3 is just going to put her right there. It actually saved her because the next person to activate is going to be our Dishonored Dead activate on a 2. So actually the rest of our team is going to activate except for our Samurai. Shintaro is next. He did not start on this map tile, so he doesn't have to take a horror hit or anything like that. So we're going to roll up our d6. He got a 3. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. Then at this point, he is going to start spending his ki to maybe get over there and do something. You may spend ki tokens for movement, gain 2 extra move for each ki token spent. If you do, you may move through models during your movement this turn. So I am going to spend, I've got 6 ki tokens. Come on, let's spend a couple. I'm going to spend 2 to move 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be a good, oh, maybe I should do one more. 5, 6. I'm going to spend 1 more to get up to where she is. 1, 2, just like that. That way, I have the ability to heal her at the end of the round because she took 5 wounds. That was ridiculous. So his turn is over. He doesn't have any type of ranged attack unless, of course, I want to use my detonate ability here. I could use this if I wanted to, but I'm going to save that. We're going to save that, and just in case when we're trying to escape, we have to deal with something. I'm not too worried about these. They are not the nicest things on the planet, but I think we're a little bit better off than having to fight some super bad guy at the end. I'm going to roll her, see what she gets. A 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's, well, the best she can do. Now, again, I'm not sure if I can shoot my fire bolt over this or not. I'm going to say no because this whole area here is technically, I think, off the map. Maybe I'm wrong. Please let me know in the comments below if I could have been able to shoot a bolt over this or not. I'm going to go with no. Again, I could be wrong. Our Dishonored Dead will go next. Our Dishonored Dead can only move a total of 2 spaces. We haven't seen these before, at least for this playthrough. They are initiative 2. They do have fear, so anyone that starts their activation adjacent to them is going to have to take a horror hit when they activate. They do have 5+ armor, and they can rise from the grave, which is super, super out of control. It can just brutalize you from nowhere. When they die, there's a chance they could actually come back. They do have 2 move, escape of 5+. They do have 5 melee, so it's hard for them to hit you, but they roll 4 combat dice. They do have 4 defense and that 5 armor. They're pretty heavily armored here, so we'll see how they do, but they only get to move 2, so I'm not even going to pull a random person. We're just going to move 2. And that 2 movement is going to get him to right there. It's now going to be Bob's turn. Bob's going to roll some movement here. He got a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he has those shoes, so he's going to go 6 to right there, which is going to be just great. That's going to be the end of our turn for this round. We're going to roll up to hold back the darkness. We were able to hold back that darkness. We got a 7 again. Oh my gosh, this is so good. That's the end of the darkness step. We're going to move into our turn, and of course, Kasumi is going to start by rolling for movement here. 6. Look at that. Look at that movement. She's going to move 1, 2 to right there, and again, wing out those shurikens and try to hit that thing with them. Oh, but before she does, I forgot she's got to take that terror hit. So roll and see if she's able to block it with her willpower. She is. She got a 5. I need a 4+ with these. I did get a 4, but it's not a critical or anything. So this thing does have 3 defense. This could be all for naught here. Let's see how we do. I got a 6 though. So that's going to do 3 damage. Doing 3 more damage. We'll look at here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. So I'm going to put down a 5 and take away these 4. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3 more damage. And I did miss the fact that when I attacked with my katana last turn, or ninjutsu, I should have used my deadly. My deadly should have done 1 extra wound. So he is up to 5, 10, 13 wounds. She smells blood in the water, and she's going to continue to move on in and try to hit with that ninjutsu. Now he is adjacent to her, so she no longer gets her deadly ability. It says that your combat hits ignore any armor an enemy has, and also +1 damage. Well, your target is the only enemy adjacent to you. It's not. This one is also now adjacent to her. I need a 3 or better in order to hit. I got a 5 and a 2, and that 5 is going to be a critical hit thanks to our ninjutsu. It says your combat hits are critical hits on a roll of 5+. So I get to roll this as a critical hit. It ignores defense. We did 2 damage, which is probably going to be just enough to finish off this Oni. If we do our math, that's 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That is exactly enough to take out this Oni. Wow, what a great, well, she's absolutely out of control. She either does absolutely fantastic or she gets murdered. That's usually what I find that she does. We'll move into Shintaro's turn. Now that the Oni's gone, an activation initiative of 3 is next, and that is him. He's going to grab a ki token. He doesn't have to take any hits from the terror because the Oni is gone. He's going to roll for his movement and see how he does. He got a 2, 1, 2. That's just enough to bring him up there and hit with that staff. We'll roll him up. I need a 4+. Look at that critical hit right off the bat. That's amazing. And he gets to roll a D8 for damage. He got a 6. So that's going to go straight through the defense, but they do get 6 armor rolls to see if they're able to stop any of this damage coming in. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to roll my 6 dice. And they were only able to block 1. So this Dishonored Dead does go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. The Dishonored Dead only have a total of 2 health. So they're going to fall to the monk, and he's going to get 30 experience points. Having defeated our Dishonored Dead, we're going to place a corpse token down, and there's potential that this could rise up. But we're in luck. The combat is over, so as far as I understand, rise up is not going to happen. It says at the end of each turn during a fight, as long as there's at least one hero or enemy model on the same map tile, I have to roll a d6 for each corpse token. And our fight is technically over, so I believe this corpse token is not going to rise up. I'm going to leave it there, because as we move this way, once we start another fight, this thing I think could potentially rise back up again. I could be wrong about that. The rest of these characters do get to catch their breath. Our Sorceress, again, has not taken any damage at max grit. Our Samurai has taken some sanity hits, so he's going to roll to heal D6. He was able to heal back all of his sanity hits. That's absolutely fantastic. He's 100% ready to go. Our Monk also has not taken any damage, but he did activate this turn, so the only thing he could do is potentially heal. Our Assassin would love to heal the sanity. A 3 will be able to heal both of those sanity hits that this character took, and now since it's the end of the turn, I'm able to heal one of those wounds. We're going to take that away and put down 4. I totally forgot she got smashed for 5 wounds. Maybe I should have taken those off instead of the sanity hits. I'm going to put the 4 wounds over here next to her. As long as she can hang out next to her buddy, I think she'll be okay. She'll probably eventually heal. We do get to grab some loot again, so we're going to give our loot deck a good old truffle shuffle here and see what we can find for our characters here. We're going to start with our Assassin because our Assassin's first in initiative order. That's the only reason that's going that way. Gold nuggets, D6 plus 50. I'll put that right over there. Our Samurai, our Monk, is going to get another gear card, out of control. And then our Sorceress is going to find some bucks, and our Samurai is going to find coins. Well, he found coins. That's awesome. So let's divvy that all out. Everybody does get 20 experience points for each of the things they find. Then we'll roll for all the extra stuff they get. Our Samurai and our Sorceress just gets what is on the card, 25 and 100, but I do have to roll for our Assassin. Kasumi gets 6 times 50. That's 300 gold pieces. And then we get to grab another gear card for our Monk. Our Monk has found a potion. Gain 2 potion token, discard this card. Those are going to go into his side bag. He only has one thing in his side bag, and that is this tonic. So he is able to put a couple potions in there. These potions could discard to add +2 to one of your skill checks until the end of the turn. That would have been awesome to have when I was trying to do those luck ones, but I didn't even think about it because I do actually have some potion tokens on the Sorceress, but the funny thing is she's the one that actually did it. I guess I didn't notice this, but our Assassin also has a couple of those as well. So that's all we get from our loot, which is fantastic. Our guys are doing just absolutely bonkers good. So we're going to continue moving forward. We're going to start by holding back the darkness. I'm going to find my other die, roll it up right here. We got an 11. We're able to hold back the darkness yet again. Unbelievable. All right. We're going to move now. Shintaro is going to move, and she's going to be moving right towards this exit, which is going to be the end. She got a 1. She has 1 grit. I'm going to get the grit. I'm going to gain 1 grit because she only has 1. And because of that helmet she has, she's able to have 2 grit. That'll be great. So she's going to move 1, 2, 3, which isn't enough to get her off the tile, but that's okay. She's going to attempt to scavenge on this tile. She found nothing. Shintaro is next. Shintaro is going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to stop right there. I don't know if I want to peer in there yet. I want to get these guys around. Let's get these guys around first. So instead, I'm going to stop right there, heal 1 wound off of our Assassin, and we're going to continue going. We're going to move. Oh, he should also got a key token as well. So he's going to gain 1 of those. He's back up to 5 key tokens. We'll move into our Sorceress's turn. 1, 2, 3. That's totally fine. Should I use a grit? I'm going to use 1 grit to move. I get to add an extra D10, D6 to my movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And we're going to use Bob. Bob is going to be moving 2. He gets to move 1, 2, and 1+ because of his boots that he has. That's going to be it. That's the end of that turn. Let's roll for holding back the darkness again. Oh, our luck has run out. Oh no, a 4. That could be absolutely devastating. Before we take a look at it though, these two should have been able to scavenge. I'm going to scavenge with my sorceress. She didn't find anything, so we'll scavenge with Bob. Bob also didn't find anything. Now let's go check out what those double twos do. And there it is. Double twos is Dark Dread. Things are looking more and more bleak by the moment. Draw a Growing Dread card and add it to the stack. Nope. I'm not even going to know what that... Oh, I get to know what the card is before I can choose to remove it if I wish to. So let's draw our first Growing Dread card. We're going to take those cards, give them a good old truffle shuffle right here. And we're going to draw a card and see what we have gotten. We got... What's this? Demonic Laughter. A dark and twisted laughter echoes through the halls. It knows why you have come, and that you are already too late. Every hero must make a Spirit 5 test. For each hero who fails, move the darkness forward 1 step on the depth track. If 2 steps or 3, 4 or fewer heroes, or 2 steps if 3 or fewer heroes on the party, I have no reason to... I don't need this to take place, but I also don't want that to take place. I could get another Darkness card or another Growing Dread card if this goes terribly wrong. So instead, every member of my team is going to spend 1 grit to discard a Growing Dread card. I'm not dealing with these. These are bad news. On top of dealing with that Growing Dread card, I also have to lower our track down by 1 as well. It is now Kasumi's turn. Kasumi is going to roll. She got a 2. I'm going to move here and peer through the opening, which is why I already put the map tile on there. It's going to be that map tile. We were able to get through. Now we do have to abide by the rules in our book about the end of this game. According to the way this is going to work, we're going to continue our turn, but at the end of the first turn in which 1 or more heroes are standing on the fortress entrance map tile as an objective room, roll a special hold back the darkness test. I ignore all depths events. If failed, the darkness marker is not moved, but instead there's an epic threat there waiting for you that must be defeated to escape. If I'm successful, we are out of here. So I do still have a few movement left. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to move up to about there. That's as far as I'm going to go. I actually want to get everybody off this tile so that I don't have to worry about this thing rising up if something bad is about to happen. Maybe I should move up 1. No, I think we're good right there. Let's move into Shintaru's turn. Shintaru's going to roll movement. 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, I don't know if I really want him right there. I really want the samurai to get up here. Come on, samurai, let's move it. I think he's going to be okay. Yeah, I'm going to move him back 1, just like that. And he gets to heal another wound from our assassin, which is fantastic. He's actually getting some experience points just from healing. That's absolutely bonkers. We'll move into Yuri's turn next. Yuri's going to roll a D. Oh my gosh. She's going to move right up to there. Oh no, I need these all in the room. So he is going to move up and she's going to move up to there. That's fine. And then Bob is the last one to roll. And Bob is going to get a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. We all got off that tile, so I don't have to worry about this corpse token. Now, I could be wrong if that corpse token stays there, but I think it does. But it's just not going to rise up as long as there's no combat on that tile. We now have to do our special hold back the darkness and see how we do. We got an 8, which as we move this up would be a 10. We're able to make it out alive without any problem. But where's the fun in that? Right? This is Shadows of Brimstone. It's been a walk in the park. Well, I shouldn't say a walk in the park, but we've been doing very well in this mission. So why not go out with a bang? We're going to go against an epic level threat. And since we were able to hold back the darkness, I'm going to choose the epic level threat because I'm really excited for it. We're going to be fighting one of these fallen shoguns and 6 Tebaki spearmen. That's right. We're going to end this with a huge fight with these awesome guys. The main reason is because I just got done building and painting up this guy. He looks super cool. And I want to put him on the board and I want to fight him. That's really the only reason we're doing it. I was actually hoping I'd fail that roll, but we didn't. We actually passed it. So instead, I'm going to make us fight this guy. Here are my 6 Tekobaki spearmen. Sorry, I apologize. They're going to go 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. They're also going to be 3 more. 1 here, 1 here. And I'm going to put 1 here, though I'm not sure if I actually can, but we're just going to go with it. That's going to be just fine because I have to put our guy right there. Check this guy out. This is my new guy. Just got him all painted up and ready to go. This is the Fallen Shogun. Look at this guy. This guy looks absolutely awesome. Like, again, I have said many times, the models for Shadows of Brimstone are absolutely gorgeous. And being able to build them yourself and paint them up really gives you a sense of pride when it's all done. So here's our guy. He's all painted up and ready to go. He's going to go right here. Now, we've seen the Spearman in action, but we haven't seen this Fallen Shogun. Heck, I've never even really looked at his card before. I just thought he looked like a cool model, so I built him up. Let's check out what he actually can do. Here's our Fallen Shogun. I guarantee I'm going to play him wrong, but it's going to be awesome. He's got 2 initiative. He is not a myth, sadly. It would have been really nice. He's got an ability here called Unspeakable Terror. Now, Unspeakable Terror not only affects the map tile you're in, but also the adjacent one. It's not going to be that big of a deal, except look what it does. It says a hero starting their activation on the same or adjacent map tile automatically takes 2 horror hits. 2 of them. Yuck. And it has Darkstone Armor 4+. Ruthless Warlord changes target each turn, and all other enemies gain +1 combat with their attack stats. Absolutely horrible. No good. Darkstone Radiation. A hero ending their move adjacent to it takes 1 corruption hit. Barf. And Brutal Blade. Every Shogun hit also does 1 hit to each other hero adjacent to the target. Also, Shogun rolls to hit of the 6+ are -1 defense to all heroes affected by their hit. This guy's going to be brutal. He can move 6, escape of 3, so he's a little bit easier to get away from. He actually has this huge giant model. Why not? He has a melee of +4, 2 combat dice doing 4 damage. He has only 2 defense, but check this out. 25 hit points +10 per hero. So we have 4 heroes, that's 65 health. Oh my gosh, this guy is out of control. Kasumi needs a 4+ with those shurikens. I got a critical and then a normal hit. So we're going to replace the critical with a red die. Let's see how much damage we're able to do these guys. 1 critical, but then I got a 5, which is going to be 3 more. Now he does get armor against all these. So that is a total of 4 damage coming in. Let's see how much he's blocking. He was able to block 2, so we only did 2 damage to that guy. So we'll place down our 2 wound tokens, I guess right here next to him. I'm going to make him stand on him. That'll be the easier way to do it. I'm going to put him right there and he can just stand on those wound tokens. Hopefully he's not going to have them here very soon. Because I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to move right over to here with her. It's probably spelling her death knell right now, but we're going to go for it. Again, I'm going to attack him, but I can choose to allocate my hits after I attack. So let's see how well I'm able to do. I need a 3+ with that ninjutsu I have. And I got another critical hit. So we're just going to hit that guy with as much damage as we can do to him. Let's see how much we did. We did 2. That's going to be enough to kill him as long as he doesn't save any of his armor saves. He didn't save any armor saves. So we were able to take down that one spearman out of 6. So we'll remove this one from the board. And I'll get, good 25 experience points for that. But that's really about all I'm going to do. I have a feeling she's about to go down in a blaze of glory. We're going to move into initiative 5 now, which is now going to be the spearmen. They're all going to go ballistic on me. Let's see what they're able to do. First, they're going to randomly choose a person to go after. We'll roll a d8 and see who they go after. We'll start with this one right here. It's going to go either at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to go at 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to turn right here and stab this guy. I'm going to put the spear right at him. So now the next one is going to also target a random person. Let's see what it is. Well, now I can roll a d6 because it already has targeted that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to move in 1, 2 right here and stab that guy. That's awesome. The next one is going to be this one. Let's see who it attacks. 1, 2, 3 over there. Nope, 4, 5, 6. It's going to move out 1 like this so it can see them and stab that girl. Next, we got this one. He is going to move over here and attack. Again, I'm not sure if I can stand that square, but we're having fun. I'm going to put that one right there. We have 1 left. This could target anybody because we have 1 spearman on every person. Now I have to figure out where he's going to go. So we roll a d8 again, starting over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is going to go at our samurai, so he's going to move up to there and stab the samurai. Let's see if I can remember that. Okay, so we got 2 on the samurai, 1 on every other person. So let's make our attacks and see if we can withstand all of these spear hits. Our spearmen have 3 combat, but they're getting an extra die because of that Shogun. Oh, if I could just weather the storm of maybe the first 2 rounds, we might be doing okay. I got hit twice. One of them is a double damage hit, so the red one is going to be the defense on that one. Let's see if we're able to block these. I was not able to block the double damage hit. Do I want to use my grit to try to stop that? I think we're going to be okay. I am able to use my once per turn reroll of a defense die if I want to, but I don't know who that Shogun is attacking, and he could be Bad News City. We'll use it. Oh, I was able to block it. Okay, so we were able to block all the attacks from that attack. We'll move into our Traveling Monk's turn. Shintaro is going to also be attacked by for 4 dice. Oh, look at that, another critical against him. Barf. We're going to roll to see if we're able to block that. Oh, no, we got a 3. He needs a 4 in order to block that. So we're going to get attacked for that. That's nothing we can do about it. We're going to take 4 wounds from that attack. Look, because they normally do 2, I have to take 4 because of that double damage attack. Our Sorceress is next. Our Sorceress is going to get attacked for 4 hits as well. And our Sorceress, oh my gosh, got absolutely wrecked. She needs to block 2 of those. She needs to block 2 of these or it's going to be bad news. I'm going to use the whites for those. Let's see how we do. I blocked nothing. Oh my gosh. That's 4, 8, 9, 10 health. She has only 1 health left because lucky for us, she has a kimono that is giving her +1 health and +1 sanity. Otherwise, she would be dead right now because she only has 10 health. Oh my gosh. She took 10 damage from those spears. Out of control. So we're going to go give those 10 to her. That's bonkers. And good news, I can always break something to revive somebody. We might be doing that. This is pretty brutal. Now, the worst part is I'm going to be attacked by 2 spearmen against me for my samurai warrior here. And I only have 7 dice, so we're going to roll up. We're going to roll all 7 of these. I'm going to roll 1 white one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 6, 7. Yep, 8. We're going to roll all these and see how it goes. I wish I was rolling this many dice. Let's see how it goes here. I got hit for 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, and one of them was a double damage hit. So we're going to roll that one separately and see how it goes here. I need a 3+ to block these. I was only able to block the double damage one. That's pretty good. Now I do get armor for these. So I get to get an armor for every one of these hits that's coming in. The damage is 2, 4, 6. I get to roll 6 armor saves, and I've got 6 of these. I need a 5+ for my armor saves. I was able to block 4 of them, or 2 of them, I'm sorry, so I'm going to take 4 damage, but I do have an ability called Wall of Steel. Once per turn, you may reroll all of your failed armor rolls. We're just rolled, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to reroll all these. I need 5s. Let's see how we do. We get blocked 2 more, so we only took 2 damage. Oh my gosh, armor is so good. I love having armor. So he's going to take 2. Our Sorceress wished she had armor. I think the Sorceress really wish she had armor right now. It's too bad for her. Our monk has a few things he can use up his sleeve here. He's got a lot of little tricks here. One of them is this one, his Healing Stone. I'm going to flip it over. It's able to heal 2d6 wounds or sanity, any mix from a single hero. I'm going to heal the Sorceress. The Sorceress is going to heal herself 7 health. So now she only has 3 wounds. That's so much better than 10. 10 is out of control. He was able to do that. Also, he has the Sacred Bell, but sadly, the Sacred Bell isn't really helping us. Once per adventure, you and all heroes on your map tile count as having a +3 save against all attacks and damage sources until the end of the turn. Well, those spearmen all go before him, so it's not really helping us. I do have this. I could pay 2 grit. I need another grit to transfer any number of wounds, but I don't want to do that either. I do have my detonate ability. Oh, we were saving this. Let's see what it does. Choose an enemy model within range to mark with magical fire. When that model is killed, it explodes just as though a bomb had gone off in its space. If the model is extra large or bigger, every model adjacent to the enemy's base is affected. All right, that might be a really good thing to cast right now. And this doesn't say it counts as his ranged attack or anything. This is just a spell that he can just fire off because of his arcane scroll. We are going to do that. I am going to use my detonate, and I get to charge, choose an enemy model within range to mark with magical fire. This one's within range. I'm going to put it right there. That's where we're going to put it, because it's going to explode like a bomb if this guy blows up. And that thinks he's going to be the bomb. It says here, models in the target space and adjacent take d6 wounds, each ignoring defense. If missed to hit, roll bounce. Nope, discard to throw as a ranged attack. I don't have to do that. All this is just means he's going to explode like a bomb, and a bomb is going to do d6 wounds to each models in the target space and adjacent. So that's going to be awesome. It's going to hit this person and these 2 as well, but of course that means he has to die. And I don't want him to die up here, or it's going to hit all of my guys. So that's got to be the trick. We've got to try to get that guy dead. I don't have to cast this. I don't have to pay to cast the spell. It says discard the scroll to use the ability, automatically cast the spell for free. So I'm going to cast that spell. And I believe I still get the 15 experience points from this spell because it's technically casting the spell. So we're going to give it to him. If I'm wrong, it's 15 experience points. Not going to break the bank. Before I do that, I should have moved. We're going to roll our movement die. I got a 4. I'm not going to move, but I wanted to still roll it in case I could get a grit, which would have been pretty nice. Or maybe I should move. I could use my acrobatic flip. You may spend key tokens for move and gaining 2 extra move for each key token spent. If you do, you may move through other models during your movement this turn. But with that guy detonating over here, I could move him back here, meaning that my samurai could actually get up and attack. But the samurai's will attack that guy. I think we'll be okay. He's going to stay right where he is, and he's going to attack. I think he's going to attack this one. Oh, I don't think you can see him because there's a little edge here coming in. So he's going to attack the guy in front of him. That's what he's going to do. So I need a 4 or better in order to hit. I got a critical. Oh my gosh, we get criticals. Love these criticals. We're going to do a total of 8 damage. Oh, that guy's toast. All right, we're going to roll up some armor saves and see if he's saved. Nope, sorry, buddy, you're dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, maybe he's not. 1, 2, 3. How many did I roll? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, he's got to not pass this armor save. Okay, good. Oofta! He almost saved an 8 critical hit. That's out of control. He did take 4 damage, which is enough to take him off the board, giving another 25 to Shintaro. He's then going to end his turn, being able to heal the sorceress and the samurai both 1 for standing next to him. Yuri's turn is next. She will roll for movement. Oh, that's actually really good. She got a grit. I'm pretty excited about that. She's going to keep that grit. She's not going to move. I've got a plan. It's horrible, but we're going to see if it works. I'm going to take my grit and I'm going to give it to her. At this point now, I'm going to cast Dragon Fire. I need a 6+. It costs 3 mana. I have 4. I get to refresh that every turn. I get to place a flame template down as described by the rules. Every model touched by it takes 1 hit. That does D8 damage, ignoring armor and cover. Any corpse tokens touched by this are destroyed on a D6 roll of 3+ each. Okay, this is going to be awesome. So let's see if we can make that happen. I need a 6+. We're going to roll 2 dice just right here and see if we're able to get them. I got a 6, so that is enough. Remember, I also get +1 because that is my focus, so I actually got a 7. Totally made Dragon Fire go off. And I have my template right here. Let's see what we can do with it. So if we place this over the center of the miniature, which is what we're supposed to do, we can see who is going to get hit by this. And my goal is not to hit Shintaro, and it kind of looks like according to the camera, but if I'm looking straight over this thing, it's not. It's just going to be the 3 that are right in a straight line here. They're all going to take 1 ranged attack hit that'll do D8 damage, ignoring armor and cover. Now, because these are ranged attacks, I do need to roll to see if I hit them. We'll start with the one right in front of her. I got a critical on that one. That's awesome. Let's see how much damage we did. We did 8, and it ignores armor, so that means that guy's dead. Super dead guy. That's awesome. Now we'll go to the second one. The second one, we got a 2. We missed. Now the third one is super important to hit. We did hit it. Let's see how much damage we did. We did 7 damage, and it ignores armor, so it's going to be able to soak up the first 3, so the 4 is going to hit it. That's going to kill it. Oh, it's going to blow up. This is going to be fantastic. Wow, I need to meet some more dragons. That was a fantastic attack. We were able to kill both of these 2, so that's going to give her a total of 50 experience points for Yuri, and this is going to blow up doing D6 damage to all, doing D6 wounds each, ignoring defense. So he's going to take D6, D6, and he's even going to take D6 wounds. The red die is going to be the one right in front of her, and the white die will be the one in front of the monk. The red one took 6, and the other one took 5. That was ridiculous. Okay, that's super good. They do get to use their armor, though, which is kind of sad. So the one in front of her gets to roll 6 armor saves, needs 5s or better. Oh, look at that. It blocked 4, so it took 3 damage. Oh my gosh, it's down to 1 health. That's ridiculous. All right, the other one took 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to get rid of these dice here, and let's see how much damage that one takes. That one took a total of only 2 damage. Wow, for how much I thought that bomb was going to be awesome. This armor is really saving these guys. The only person left is that big, huge, giant guy. Let's see how much damage we can do to him. I get to roll a d6. We did a total of 4 to him. Of course, he gets his armor rolls as well, which are a 4+, which means I only did 1 to him. Okay, that's not too bad. I took out 2 guys, and I wounded a bunch of people with that Dragon Fire spell, so I'm actually okay with that. Now it's time for that Shogun to go at a speed of 2. He gets to choose. I have to roll to see who he's going to go after. He can go after anybody. He can move people out of the way as he goes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 again. 1, 2, 3. He's going to move up this way. 1, 2, and move these guys out of the way so that they're going to be back here. He's going to take his 2 wounds with him. He takes his 2 wounds with him, and this guy's going to bring his wounds with him right to here. At least that's how I understand how these move. Now, I could be wrong about that, but I think that's pretty good. And he's going to wallop on our poor guy here. And in true Shadow Brimstone form, I totally forgot about his Unspeakable Terror. Every one of my guys has to deal with this. So we're going to do that for every one of our characters. They're all going to take 2 horror hits. So I'm going to start with Kasumi. Kasumi's going to use her willpower. She was able to block both of them. Then we'll go to our Sorceress. Our Sorceress was not able to block either one of those. So she's going to take 4, 5, 6 horror hits because of that terrifying behold that is still out there. That brings her to 6. She still has plenty. I'm not too worried about it. Then we'll go to our monk. Our monk is going to take is able to block both of them. And then our poor samurai, who needs a 4+ as well, he blocked 1, so he's going to take 3 sanity hits. And now this thing's going to attack us, and it's going to probably do a lot of damage. But we'll see what we can do about this. All right, our samurai's warrior, I think he's going to do okay. Come on, we're going to hold this up. All right, this guy is going to do a brutal attack. He's going to get 2 combat dice. There's his 2 combat dice. He's looking for a 4 or better. And it does say every Shogun hit also does 1 hit to each other hero adjacent to the target. So we'll see if we hit. We'll roll up our 2 dice. It got 1 hit. So that means that every Shogun hit also does 1 hit to each other hero adjacent to the target. Shogun to hit rolls are 6+ our -1 defense. Well, that didn't happen. So from what I understand, I could be doing it wrong. Both of my characters are going to have to take a defense roll here. We'll start with our traveling monk. He needs a 4+. He has failed. So then we're going to go to our assassin. Our assassin has also failed. So we're going to take 4 damage each. I don't think there's anything else he gets. Well, what's here? No, each other enemy gets +1 combat. I think we're good. We're both going to take 4 damage. That's not very good. I don't like 4 damage at all on any of my characters. Our samurai is the only one left that hasn't gone yet. We'll roll to see what he does. He got a 3 for movement. He's going to move in here and I guess attack him. And because he moved in, he has to take a corruption hit. Whenever a hero ends their movement adjacent, I have to take a corruption hit. So I'm going to roll my willpower for him to see if he takes his corruption hit. He was unable to survive that, so he is going to gain 1 corruption. I'll place this onto his character card. And our assassin also ended next to him, so she also has to take a corruption hit. She was able to withstand that with her willpower. And before he makes his attack, he's going to use his Fire Sake to discard it immediately to gain D3 fire tokens, D3 Fury tokens. He's going to gain 2 more, bringing his Fury up to 5, which is exactly what I need, because we're now going to pay 4 of it to use our Furious Slash. I get to gain +2 combat for 1 attack. I may not gain Fury for these, but that's okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to kill this guy, but we're going to give it our best shot. I get, 3, 4, 5 dice now against him. Let's roll these up and do some damage. Oh, look at that. I got, 4 hits against him. Now, sadly, none of those are criticals. I was really hoping for some criticals, but maybe we can do some real good damage. At least I did some damage here. This 1 is not going to do anything because he does have 2 defense. Now he gets to roll his armor. He gets 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 armor rolls, and he has a 4+, so in theory he should block about half of these. I'm hoping he gets below the odds. That would be the best thing here. He got way above the odds. Are you? Look at the numbers, and there's still 1 more die. Oh, I did 1. I did 1 damage to him. Oh, we're all so dead. Oh, this is going to be awesome. All right, so let's just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I did 1 damage to that guy. That's bonkers. The best thing that came out of that was I was able to get a Fury token out of the deal. I do have this corruption. Now, the cool thing is I do actually have +2 corruption resistance. Now, that doesn't help me with the rolls, but it does give me, everybody has a base corruptions value that you can have of 5. So if you get your 5th one, you're going to have to gain corruption of some kind. But with the resistance, I'm able to gain a little bit more before something like that creeps into starting to affect our characters. Now, some of the corruption is actually good for you, not mostly, but you never know. So that's where we stand with our Samurai Warrior. We're going to be moving into our 2nd turn, and we've only done 2 wounds to this big guy. We're going to move into holding back the darkness of this seemingly impossible fight. And we got a 6, so sadly we were unable to hold back the darkness. We'll be pushing it up to here, giving us yet again another darkness card. We'll draw the top one from the deck and see what we have found. Battle for Humanity. All heroes are +1 max grit and may immediately recover 1 grit. Every time the hold back the darkness roll is failed, not including depth events, every hero takes 1 corruption hit or 2 corruption hit if the darkness is in the middle or top stage of the depth track. This remains in play, and all heroes get our max grit and immediately recover 1 grit. Oh, is that almost worth it? I'm going to get a lot of corruption, but I get a lot of grit from this. Oh, I think we'll keep that in play. That's going to be the deal. I do have an ability here that says once per adventure I can cancel a darkness card, and we are totally going to cancel this. I don't want this anymore. That terror is just ridiculous. So we're going to cancel this darkness card and put it away. And that was from our assassin. Our assassin had this. These are a few of the things that after stopping from that last moment of combat, I kind of reevaluated all my characters to see if there's anything I may have missed that could potentially pull us out of this. And there are a few things. The one thing I forgot is Blood of the Dragon. I'm at the start of your turn, I'm able to heal D3 wounds, and she got absolutely rocked by the spearman, so I should be able to heal D3 wounds. She's able to heal those 3, so at least she's back to normal. So that's going to be taking place. On top of that, she has this that she can use on her turn once per adventure. Fully heal your sanity and recover 1 grit. So I'll be able to do that because she's taken 6 sanity, which is quite a bit. On top of that, I've got some more things I potentially could have done. I need to get more grit, which I'm going to right now, and I could use this to potentially get rid of all the damage that our monk has passing it around, and he's got an ability that allows him to heal more with his key tokens than just the 1 each round he's doing it. So there is hope, there is a chance, there's always a chance. It is Kasumi's turn. She's going to roll for movement. She got a 6, which is going to be an 8. That's fantastic. Now remember, all heroes are max 1 grit, and we do also get to recover a grit. So all of our characters now have 2 grit. And when she activates, she's going to have to take 2 horror hits. And I need willpower to save. I need 4 pluses. I was able to save 1, so I am going to take a sanity hit. So she's going to gain her first 1 that she has. She does have a lot of wounds, but only 1 sanity so far hit. She is also going to use her Lotus Clan here. Once per adventure, heal 2 wounds, sanity, any mix from each hero on your map tile, including yourself. So I'm going to flip that over, though I still have the +1 spirit. To heal myself 2 wounds, we're going to heal those because those I'm amassing in a huge amount. Over on our Samurai Warrior, Bob is going to get rid of 2 sanity. I'm going to get rid of 2 wounds off of our monk. And the last person is our sorceress. She's also going to lose 2 sanity, leaving her with 4 sanity wounds remaining. That, I think, was a pretty good start. Let's see if we can actually move now and use our shurikens to take somebody out, and then hopefully take out somebody else with our ninjutsu. Kasumi is back here. She's is able to move through other characters when she moves. So she's going to move 1, 2, 3 to right here. So now she is no longer adjacent to anybody, meaning she's going to be able to use her shurikens with a range of 5 and 2 shots can be used anytime during your move, but not while adjacent to enemies, and I am not. So we're able to throw these. This is the last time we can do this. So I'm going to flip this card over. It's no longer usable for this fight. I don't know what we're going to do, but I'm going to shoot probably one of these guys. This guy's got 3 wounds. This guy's got 2 wounds. Let's take out this guy. No, let's take out this guy with the shurikens, and hopefully I can take him out with my ninjutsu. And if I can take all those people out, we only have 1 more spearman we would have to worry about. We'll roll up our 2 shurikens. I do need a 4+ for my ranged attacks. I got 1. Hopefully it's enough to do enough damage. I was able to do 4, which means he's going to block everything but 1. And does his armor does not hold up, and he's already taken 3 wounds, so we were able to dispatch this, spearman right here. He's toast. And now I'll move back over to here so that I'm only adjacent to 1 enemy, so I can use my deadly ability with him. We'll roll up our 2 to hits. We need a 3+, I think, in order to hit. We did get 1, and that is considered a critical hit because it hits on a 5 or 6. And I did 2 + 1 for my deadly is 3 damage. He gets 3 armor rolls. Let's see how he does. He's able to block 1, so he's going to take 2. So that's another 1 off the board. He had already taken 2 damage as is, so those 2 guys are dead. That was perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. It is now time for our spearman. Our spearman is in base contact with our monk, and I don't believe he switches each turn. Nope, so he is going to stay connected to this monk, and he is just going to stab him with that staff. This thing gets 4 combat dice because of that fallen shogun still in the same place. It only hit with 1. It needs a 4+ in order to hit. So it hit for 2 damage. Now I get to see if I can block this hit with my 4 defense. I was able to block it, so he took no damage. Oh, it's so good to get rid of a lot of those spearmen. I don't have to worry about them so much. I think what our monk is going to do is attack that spearman back there with his staff. Before he does, he's going to use his Sacred Bell. Once per adventure, you may have all your heroes on the map tile count as having a cover 3 save against all attacks, damage sources until the end of the turn. I don't see why I use this, but I'm going to have to use it at some point to try to save us. Why not save us now? I mean, we have to still try to kill this guy. He's only got, what, 65 hit points? We've done 2. So hopefully we take out the spearman, and like I said, that can really help us concentrate on this guy. We first have to stop the horror hits from that giant thing. And we did. Wow, we got a spinning 6 and a 4. That's fantastic. Now, I did forget to roll my move die. I'm always able to roll my move die. I did not. Also, I can gain back a key point, but I don't have any more key points I can get. I should have been using those to heal, but I haven't. We're going to roll up our staff and see if we're able to hit with that. We did get 1 hit of a 5 on that spearman. Let's see how much damage we did. We did 7 damage. So he's going to have to take 4. He's going to have to take 4 armor saves because he has 3 defense to soak up 3 of that damage. And he was able to block 1. Oh no, that leaves him with 1 hit. Oh, that makes me so sad. So he's going to have 1 damage left on him. We'll place our wounds just right here so I can hopefully remember that he's got those 3 on him. At this point, we're going to do a lot of trickery with him and see how it goes. And after I try all my trickery, I do have to take a corruption hit because I ended my movement next to this guy. Here's our trickery. I am going to spend that 2 grit you see in front of you to use my Dragon Ring. And I'm going to be able to, once per adventure, use 2 grit to transfer any number of wounds from yourself to any mix of other models on your map tile, ignoring defense and armor. I'm going to send all 6 of these over to the sorceress. It's a play I'm attempting to make to hope that she does not get hit when it comes to this samurai. If the samurai hits her, this is going to be a bad idea. But after that, I can then, once per turn, you may channel your ki into your combat hits or any source of healing you are using. For each ki token spent, increase healing by 1 to a single target. For every 2 ki tokens spent, increase your damage by 1 for that hit. So what we're going to do is I'm actually eventually going to transfer all of this ki into healing that sorceress, which is going to be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus the 1 that he automatically does because of his staff, which is 7. So I would actually be able to keep 1 ki token, but of course we have to get to the end of the turn in order for that thing to go off. Having ended my turn next to him, like I said, I have to take a corruption hit, and I have a 3 willpower, so I was able to resist the corruption hit. It's now our sorceress. She's going to roll up her movement. She got a 1. Yes, that's fantastic. She's going to gain a grit. She now has 3 grit, which is perfect. Remember, we do have max 1 grit because of this thing that's going off. Okay, we're going to try something. Let's hopefully see this better work. I'm going to cast my fireball spell now. I need a 9+ using 2 mana, and I have a range of 8. Choose a space within range and line of sight and roll once to hit. If missed, it bounces D3. Any model in the final space stays D6 wounds, ignoring defense. Doesn't ignore armor, while every model in the adjacent space takes D3 wounds, ignoring defense. All right, so I'm going to attempt to target the space right here so that I can hit not only the big guy, but that guy as well. Of course, I don't want this thing to bounce all over the place. Oh, we got some grit though. Hopefully this will work really good. First, we need to cast the spell. I need a 9 or better. I got a 10. That's awesome. Now I have to hit. I have to hit with my range 4 attack. That thing didn't make it in the thing, but this one did, and I got a 6. That's awesome. So this thing did hit, which is fantastic. It's going to do D6 wounds to the big guy, which is going to be 6. Yes, look at all these 6s. This is so good. Now he does get to roll 6 armor saves. It does 6 damage, ignoring wounds, but it doesn't ignore armor. So we'll roll these up. And he got 1, 2, 3 saves, so he is going to take 3 damage. That's fantastic. We'll put those right on the guy. I think he's up to 5 wounds now, which is super good. Now we get to damage the person next to him as well. We hopefully are able to kill this spearman. That's what I really want to do. Our spearman is taking 3 hits. He has to do 3 armor saves, and he was only able to save 1, and he already has 3 wounds on him. Oh, I'm just barely killing these guys, but it's so good. He is off the board. We're going to remove him from the board, and this monstrosity is now up to 5 wounds. I'll put that right there. Before we move into our Felon Shogun's turn, first I have to take my horror hits for my sorceress. I did not do that. We were able to save 1, so she is going to take 1 more sanity damage. She is up to 5 sanity wounds, which is no good, but that's okay. That's actually something she has a lot of. What she doesn't have a lot of is wounds, but that's okay. I also forgot this. At the start of my turn, I get to heal D3 wounds. I was able to heal 2 wounds, bringing myself to 4 total wounds that she has. So we'll put those back on her character sheet. And I think that's all I've got that I can do for her this turn. It is now the Fallen Shogun's turn. Let's see if there's any abilities that he's going to be able to do. It says changes target each turn, and all other enemies gain +1 combat. So he's going to change his target. He's going to roll this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're looking for hopefully not a 7, 8, 1. He is going to turn around and attack Kasumi. Here we go. We'll see if this works. Each hero ending their move adjacent to him gains a corruption hit. Brutal Blade. Every Shogun hit also does 1 hit to each other hero adjacent to the target. Also, Shogun to hit rolls are of 6+ are -1 to defense. So at this point, I think we're okay. He's just going to hit this one person, and I do have my Sacred Bell going on. He's going to come in with 2 combat hits, needing a 4+. Oh my gosh. He got the 6. So that is going to be at -1 defense. I'll use a red die for that. He got a total of 4 defense, or I should say she does. So instead I'm going to need a 5 to beat that and a 4 to beat that. But before we roll those, I get to roll my cover saves. So I get a 3+ on cover saves, and that does not change. That is not a armor save. So again, this is going to be for that one, and that's going to be for that roll right there. Let's see how this goes. Oh, wow. Super good bell. A 1 and a 2. Let's see how well these go. I was able to block the super one. Well, they're not super, but they're all super is what they are. But I wasn't able to block this one, so I am once per turn be able to re-roll my defense, and I got a 6. We blocked everything he attacked us with. That's super good. The last person to go is our samurai. He's going to roll up his movement. Oh, we got a 1, 2. Oh my God, my guys are fantastic at getting grit. They're like grit kings. I'm going to give another grit to our samurai. He now has 3 grit as well. He's going to move up. Ending his move there means he does have to take a corruption hit, and his corruption hit is going to be stopped on a 4+, and he was able to stop it on a 4+. He does also have to take his terror hits, so he's going to have to get a 4+ on those. He only was able to block 1, so he's going to take 1 sanity damage for that horror hit. He's up to 2 sanity damage, but that's okay. Now let's see if we can get him with our weapon. We're at a war of attrition with this samurai. I get 3 hits here. I got a total of 2 hits. That's going to be just fine. I could use grit if I want to re-roll it, but I'm not going to. Let's see how much damage you did. A 5. No, I might re-roll that 1. That 1 is no good. We're going to re-roll the 1 here. Hopefully get a better hit. Oh, look at that. We got 11 total damage against this guy, and he's only got 2 defense. This is going to be a hit of 3 and 4. So 3 + 4 is 7. He's going to have to roll 7 armor saves, and he needs a 4+ to stop this stuff. And he was able to block, what is this, 3 of them. Oh my gosh, 4. He stopped 4. So I only did 3 damage. This guy, I'm never going to beat this guy. This armor is just out of control. So we've done 3, and we used 1 of our grit. Bob gets to gain 1 Fury token for wounding him, which means he's up to 3. Soon he'll be able to do his +2 combat again, which is really helpful. I do have this. If things start going really badly, I can break this amulet to immediately give your hero a revive token if I really need it. But that's going to be the end of this turn, and we're going to move into our Hold Back the Darkness. From where we are, I need an 8+ on that depth track to hold it back, and we got a 10. So not only do we hold back the darkness, we don't have to worry about those corruption hits. That's going to be fantastic. Before we move on, though, I do get to use my monk to heal everybody that's adjacent to him. Our sorceress is going to heal 1 wound, and then he can spend a key point to heal an extra wound. So he's going to use 3 of his key points to heal 3 more wounds off the sorceress. So she's doing fantastic. And Bob gets to lose 1 of his wounds as well. He's back to full health as well. So the only person that's actually hurting right now is, as usual, Kasumi's got some wounds and a little bit of sanity. 5 sanity here, though. Oofta. Moving into Kasumi's turn, she's out of tricks. She has nothing to do, and the Sacred Bell was super good. I also forgot that when I did this, it does say once per adventure, so we are done with this card as well. We're using everything we have to try to take this guy down. She's get to roll up her movement die. Let's see how that goes. She did get a 6. That's fantastic. I was hoping for a 1. She's going to move back over to, I think, oh no, she needs to get next to that monk. The monk can move through characters if I get him positioned correctly. I think I'm going to get her to there so he can try to heal her next. That's going to be my plan. And then hopefully he can stop over here. So she's going to end her turn right there. So at this point, she's going to have to take horror hits and a corruption hit and see if she's able to stop them. And then she's going to go after him with her ninjutsu. The white dice, of course, are the horror hits, and the other one is going to be the corruption hit. She is going to take 1 corruption, which she, well, somehow, maybe she can get potentially that removed in town at some point. Now she's going to roll her 2 attacks with her ninjutsu. And she got a 5 and a 4. The 5 is a critical, the 4 is not. Let's see how much damage we do. We did a total of 5 and 2, 2 without the, what do you call it, the defense, and this one does get the defense, so we did a total of 5 total damage. And I believe that ignores armor because of her deadly. Your combat hits ignore armor an enemy has, and also +1 damage while your target is the only enemy adjacent to. So that is how you get through armor. You do 6, 7, 8, 9 damage to him without him being able to roll armor. Yes, that's fantastic. We'll place those wounds right here, and if I was smart, I would have put her over there. That way I could move my monk up to right here, and my sorceress can move up, and we could potentially heal everybody if we need to. Our monk's going to go next and roll up his movement. He did get a 4, so that's going to mean he's going to move to right there. He's going to take a corruption hit, and he's also going to take his horror hits. We'll roll those up, but I also get to gain a key token at the start of his activation. We were able to block all of them. He's got a willpower of 3. That's fantastic. Now he's going to use that staff. He has a melee of 4. Let's see how he does. He did only hit once, and he doesn't have any grit to help him, so he's just going to have to roll up damage and see how he did. Oh, he got a 2. He did nothing. Did absolutely nothing. Well, you can't do a lot of stuff all the time. But good news, he's got some key. I don't know, he's kind of happy. Our sorceress will go next. She's going to take her horror hits right here. She was able to block both of them, and she's going to roll up her movement right here. She got a 3. She is going to move 1 over next to that monk, and then try to cast Fireball again, and try to target this square over there. I lied. I'm actually going to use my Elemental Blast. This thing doesn't go bouncing all over the place if I miss, and I don't have to cast it. So at this point, I get an 8, and I get a range shot of a 4+. Let's see how we do. We got a 5, so that does hit. Let's see how many hits we get. We get D3 hits. We'll roll this up. We got 2 hits. Let's see how much damage those 2 hits do. 4. So they're going to do a total of 4 damage there because 2 of them is going to be soaked up from armor from both of them. Now, of course, he does get armor saves against these, so he's only going to take 2 damage from that attack. Okay, now it's his turn. Oh, here we go. Let's see who he attacks. And we're going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's always going to be the numbers we roll. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to turn and attack our samurai. Or, yes, it's going to attack the samurai warrior. Look at how cool this model is. I'm super excited about that guy. He's going to attack the samurai. He does also get to hit everybody else. Every Shogun hit also does 1 hit to each other hero adjacent to the target. So for every hit I do, I think it gets, for every Shogun hit, also does 1 hit to each other hero. Okay, so this amount of hits he does to him is also going to affect those as well. We'll roll up our 2 hits for our samurai. Oh, look at that, a 0 and a 2. A 1. He didn't hit at all. Oh, that's so good. Our samurai is the last one to go. He's going to take a corruption hit and 2 horror hits because he's going to stay right where he is. And he was not able to block any of the horror hits or the corruption hit at all. So he's going to take 2 more sanity hits, and he's going to take his 2nd corruption. Oh, poor old Bob. He's just getting corrupted. The more and more he starts to fight this guy. So we're up to 2 corruption and 4 sanity. At this point now, I'm going to attack him, but I get to roll my move first. Maybe I get a grit back. No, I did not. That's too bad. I wonder if I should kind of spread these guys out. He doesn't have any wounds on him, but he's got sanity damage. I'm going to try to break away from this samurai. Let's see how this goes. I need a 3+ to escape. I did. I'm going to move over here. I think separating my group will prevent that brutal blade from actually affecting a lot of my guys. Of course, that means he's not going to be able to heal as many guys as he's hoping. I get 3 attacks against this guy. Oh, look at that roll. That's a really good roll. I got a critical and 2 hits. Let's see how much damage we're able to do with these. Okay, here they come. And I was able to do 5, 5, and 3. So this is going to turn into a 1. That's going to turn into a 3. And he's going to take 5, 6, 7, 8 damage, 9 damage. So we're going to roll up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or saves right now. There's 5 of them. He was able to, he has to, oh my gosh, he blocked all but 1. So there's 5, and then he gets to roll another 4 and see how he does. He's beating the odds every time. So he's only going to take 3 damage from all of that. Wow, that's unbelievable. Bob does gain another Fury, so he's up to 4, so he'll be able to use all of those Fury tokens next turn. And at the end of our turn, our monk is able to heal everybody adjacent to him off of wounds. The only person that has wounds that is adjacent to him is the assassin. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to use 3 of my key tokens to fully heal that character, leaving our monk with only 1 key token. Moving into the next round, we have to hold back the darkness, and we got a 6. We were not able to hold it back, so we're going to move it up 1, and because of that, our battle for humanity is going to kick in. It says every time you hold back the darkness has failed, every hero takes 1 corruption hit, or 2 if it hits the darkness in the middle or top stage of the darkness track, and it is in the middle. It is actually still at the top, so we have to roll for each of our characters. Kasumi will always go first. I need a 4 better. She's taking 1 corruption hit, which is not good. She's gaining these corruption tokens. She's got her 2nd token. Next is going to be our traveling monk. Our monk is fine. Next is our sorceress. She needs a 4+. She was only able to save 1. She now has 1 corruption. And finally, Bob. Bob was able to save both of them. Oh, the corruption king over there. This is going to go on to Yuri, and that's it for our corruption hits we had to take. We'll move into our next round. I'm going to take 2 horror hits, any corruption hit from Kasumi, because she's going to stay right where she is and attack. She was able to block all of them. Now she's going to roll up her movement and see where she goes. She goes nowhere. She's going to stay right there and hit this guy. Oh wait, I think I'm going to move her 1 space to the left, and you'll see that on the board when we go back there. But she's going to roll up her ninjatu. She needs a 5+ for a critical. That's awesome. And at this point, I think it's time to use one of these grit tokens to potentially roll another 5 or 6. There's another 6. That's fantastic. Now we're going to roll up our damage to see how much damage we do to this guy. We did a total of 6. I'm going to use another grit. We're going to try to get a ton of damage here on this guy. I'm going to re-roll this damage die and see how we do. We got 9. 9 damage that he cannot stop because it ignores defense, and she also ignores armor. She is so good at taking this guy down. So we've done another almost 10 damage to him. This guy is up to 10, 25, 26, 27, 28 points of damage. Oh my gosh, this guy's just got a bonkers amount of health. And this is where I decided to move Kasumi to right there. He's right here, he's right there, and I'm actually going to move the sorceress back here on her turn. So our guys are all spread out against this guy. But we'll move into our monk's turn next. He's going to take a corruption hit and a horror hits as well. He's going to try to move. Let's see how that goes. He got a 2, so he will not be gaining any grit. I was really hoping he would. But now we're going to roll up our damage for our corruption and our horror hits. Let's see how we do. I was able to block them all again. And at this point now we're going to use that staff. Come on, I need a 6 really badly here. And I got a 6. That's fantastic. Now we have to get a good roll here. I need a really good roll on this damage die. We got a 5. So we need to get 5 defense saves against this. This armor is just killing me. I wish I could rip his armor off. His armor is just bonkers. Well, that's the first time it worked out for me. I was able to get 4 damage in on him. That brings that monstrosity to 32 wounds, and we'll move into our sorceress's turn. She is going to roll for her movement. She doesn't have to worry about any of the other things that's plaguing our characters because she's not adjacent to them. And at that point, from where she is, she again is going to use her elemental blast. I think this is just the way to go. And if we can just get a 6 with that, that would be absolutely bonkers. We need to see if we can hit this person with a 4+. We did get a 4+. Let's see how many I get. D3 hits. Let's see how many hits. We got a total of 2. Let's roll up the damage on those. Hopefully it's a lot. A 6 and a 3. I'll take it. So that's going to actually turn into a 4 and a 1. That's 5 wounds on him. But he gets to, of course, roll these absolutely out of control armor saves. He's going to roll up 4 of them. And look at that. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay, so he's actually going to take 3. 3 is pretty good. We brought him up to 40 damage. If I can count, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35 damage is what we have it at, not 40. Baron's got to learn how to count better. I wish I had 40, but just 35. We did do 3 damage, so that is going to give us 30 experience points. Every time you do any damage to him, you get 10 experience points. You don't get any on the actual wounding hit against this guy, just every wound. Our samurai now is going to attack. I did forget to do her sanity hits, and I'll do that in a second. The horror hits, we're going to see who he attacks. He is going to barrel through over to here, pushing this guy behind him, and is going to go after the samurai. Oh no, or not the samurai, sorry, the sorceress. Here's where she sits. Now at the start of her activation, she'll be able to heal D3 wounds. She also has a tarnished coin at some point I can use that once per adventure I can fully heal my sanity and recover 1 grit. So I do have that going for me as well. Our samurai did not like that. He's going to roll his movement die. He got a 5, so He's actually just going to stay right where he is, and he's going to attack from there, meaning he'll take 2 horror hits and yet again another corruption hit. I'm starting to worry more about the horror hits than I am about the actual hits. I was able to block the corruption and the one of the sanity hits, but I am going to take 1 horror hit. So I'm going to take another one, meaning he's up to 5 sanity damage, and he only has 10, I believe. So we'll place down our 5th sanity against him, and we'll remove all of these. So he's taken 5. And he doesn't have anything else he can do except I think he can attack. He's going to attack with his Warrior's Katana, which is going to give him +1 combat to 3. And I'm going to pay all 4 of my Fury to use Furious Slash, which is going to give me +2 combat for 1 attack. So we have a total of 5. Bob, let's make history happen. We need to see some head bobbing. We got an absolute monstrous hit. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I get 2 criticals out of this. So we're going to move those dice. I'm going to roll these up. Let's see how much damage we do to this guy. Come on, we need some good damage here on this guy. We only did 2, 2, and 1. We're going to re-roll this. I got a grit. We're going to re-roll our damage dice here. Let's roll these up. I need more damage than that. Wow, I got a 2 and a 1 again. Well, that's okay. Here's what we got. We got 6, which is going to go to a 4. We've got, because of his defense. So he's got a 4 here. We got a 2 here. I can't believe my criticals were a 1 and a 2. That's ridiculous. And a 3 here. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 damage, but he gets to use his defense. So here we go. We'll start with these 4. 4 dice. He took 4 damage. Let's put that out there so I can remember this. So we're at 4 damage here, and we have to roll these 3 more times. Bob, that was a fantastic hit there. So that's our first 4. We're going to remove that. Now we'll roll our second 4, and he took 1 more damage. We'll put another wound up there, and that is these 4 right here. And his final set of armor saves is going to be the final 4 there. Let's see how it goes. He was able to block all but 1, so he did another 1. So out of 12 wounds, we were able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 through. I guess that's the odds right there. So 6 more on him. I'll take it. That's going to be the end of this round, and we're up to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 1 damage on this guy. Oh my gosh. So we only have to do 24 more. I think we might have this guy. Of course, I'm more, like I said, worried about the sanity damage now than I am against the hits, but I can't be too cautious because if he ever gets 2 6s in a row, is able to do a total of 8 damage to somebody, that would be an absolute monstrous amount of wounds to somebody. Right now, our sorceress is at 4. She should have healed D3. I forgot to do that on, oh, it's not until her turn, and he smashed her on his turn. Our monk isn't going to be able to heal anybody because nobody around him has taken any damage, so that is going to be the end of the round. We'll go back to holding back the darkness. We need an 8+ in order to stop this, and we got exactly an 8. Also, I did not get any fury for doing those 9 damage, or 6 damage, sorry, because our samurai warrior wasn't able to gain that because of the ability we used. Moving into Kasumi's turn, Kasumi is going to roll her movement, and maybe she can get over to where the samurai is, or the sorceress is. We're just going to move up, I think, to here, and I'm going to move him over here on my turn, I think is what I'm going to do. But for right now, she's going to stop right there and attack. So she's going to take her 2 horror hits, and she's going to have to take that corruption hit. We'll roll our corruption and willpower saves, and we saved them all. Look at that. That's awesome. Now we're going to roll up our ninjutsu and see how it goes. I got 2 hits, but they're not. Oh, the 5 is a critical. That's right. On her hits, 5s are critical. So we'll roll up our damage and see how we do. We got a 6 and a 4. And he can't use defense against these, or he can use defense against this one, so it's going to go down to 2. But he can't use armor. Oh, I love it when they can't use armor. He's going to take 8 damage from that. It's our monk's turn next. He's going to roll a d6 to see where he moves. He moves 4. He gains a key token. So he's going to get this, and I'm debating about using it to move over to here. Because if he uses it, he's able to move through models, or move through enemies, or models, I'm sorry. You may move through other models, but I still have to break away from him if I wanted to do that. And I only have 2 keys, so I don't know how much that's going to heal her. But, you know, it might be better than nothing. I'm going to roll to see if I can break away from that guy. I got a 2, so I wasn't able to, so he's just going to stay right where he is, and he's going to attack him from there. Of course, first we have to deal with our horror hits and our corruption, so let's see how we do. I got a total of, I was able to block 1. I'm going to take 1 sanity damage, and now let's see how our staff does. I have a 2 combat, and I got a 5. A 5 does hit. I need a 4 or better. Let's see how much damage we do with this thing. We got 8, so that's going to go down to a 6 with his defense. So he's going to do, well, here we go, 6 armor saves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's see how much he can beat the odds this time. Well, he did not beat the odds this time. He's going to take 4 damage. It's going to be our sorceress's turn next. She's going to see if she can move. She's able to move with 2 if she wants to. Now, if I try to break away, I could move back 1 and not have to take the horror hits from this or the corruption, but I'll be in the room with this corpse token. Now, I know I've talked how I'm not exactly sure if this should still be here, but if the fight moves back into this room, it could rise up. So I'm just going to play super fun and thematic that I don't want to go back there because I don't want the living dead to come back after me. So I'm going to pretend that we're just going to stand toe-to-toe with this guy and have to take him on. So we're going to have to take a corruption hit and 2 horror hits, and then we're going to attack with our elemental blast. But before we do, I do get to use my blood of the dragon to try to heal D3 wounds. Let's see how many we healed. We healed 2, so she's only taken 2 wounds from this. Actually, she's taken a lot more than 2 wounds, but she only has 2 wounds on her character sheet. We'll roll our horror and sanity or corruption. We were able to block those. I'm going to take 1 sanity damage. She's up to 6 of those. Then she's going to attack with her spell, her elemental blast. She's going to roll it up and see how she does. She got a 2. That's terrible. We're going to use a grit to see if she can hit with that. Come on, I want a 6. 6 would be great. Well, 4 still hits. Now let's see how many times she hits. She hits a total of 3 times with it. That's fantastic. D3, here we go. Now we get to do some damage. And we did a massive amount of damage. So each of these 5 is going to go to a 3, and the other one's going to go to a 2. I'm just doing this to help myself with math. So we did 6, 7, 8 damage. He, of course, gets to use all his armor saves that he has. And he blocked the first 4. Are you kidding me? This guy's out of... Come on. I only did 2 damage out of all 8 of those hits. That's like the story of her life. That means he is up to, I believe, 50 wounds. 55 wounds. Oh my gosh, I gotta count better than that. 55 wounds. He's gonna attack somebody though. Let's see what it's gonna be. 1, 2, he's gonna turn again and attack Kasumi here. Let's see what he does. He does 2 hits, and he got that 6 again. So the 6 is going to hit, but the 3 is not. Let's see if Kasumi can block this. She needs a 4 or better. She is not. So let's see if she can. Actually, she needs a 5 or better because that 6 is going to get -1 to defense. She gets to reroll. She was unable to successfully reroll, so she's going to take 4 damage, and that's just fine because at the end of the turn now, I'm going to have our traveling monk heal 1, 2, 3 wounds off of her with the key that she has, so she only has 1 damage on her. And at this point, we're going to have to hold back the darkness. And let's see if we can do that. We need an 8 or better. Oh, no, we only got a 7. That's no good. And if we look here, not only do I have to worry about corruption hits, I'm going to have to draw a Growing Dread card. Our Growing Dread card gets automatically revealed when it's on this during this scenario. And even if this was the end thing, it would be automatically revealed. Let's see what we have. We have Ruthless Destruction. By order of the fallen shogun, no quarter is given to prisoners of war. They are staked or torn apart or left. Gruesome warning to all those who would oppose his will. The darkness is 1 step forward on the depth track. If this moves into a blood spatter or growing dread space, every hero also takes D6 wounds, ignoring defense. Oh, that's terrible. Well, lucky for us, that's not going to happen. We're just going to move it down 1. It did not land on a blood splatter, and we all have to take corruption hits. We'll start with Kasumi. Kasumi got a 6 and a 2. She is going to take 1 corruption. She's up to 3. Then we'll move on to our traveling monk. He was able to stop them all. We'll see what happens to Yuri. Yuri is going to take 2 corruption. Oh no, that's horrible. She is also up to 3. And then Bob. Bob's the last one. He's already got 2. Let's see what he's able to stop. 1. He's also up to 3. We got 3 people with 3 corruption, and nobody else has any corruption. Kasumi's going to roll a die to see where she moves. She got a 2. She's not going to move anywhere. She's just going to take some horror hits and another corruption hit and attempt to take this guy out. We'll roll them up and see what we get. We're able to stop the corruption, but I am going to take another wound to my sanity. So we're going to get another one of those tokens. We're at 2 sanity. Now let's see if we can hit him with our ninjutsu. We need a 5 or better. I got a 6 and a 4. Both of those are going to hit. Now remember, he cannot stop these with his armor. Let's see what we get here. We got a 6 and a 1. The 1 doesn't do anything, but those 6 damage all go straight through. It's time to move to Shintaro. Shintaro is also going to stay right where he is. Let's see his movement. He's going to get 2. I kind of wish it would be a 1. And he's going to stay right there, take some horror hits and a corruption hit. We'll see if we can block those hits. We did. He is so good at blocking those. Well, he does have a 3 willpower, so he's pretty good at it. Let's see if he's going to hit with that staff. That staff he got a critical hit with. Let's see how much damage it does. It does 8. Oh, this could be it. We need to get, he gets to get 8 rolls with his armor here. This could make me a sad man real quick. 1, 2, 3. We got 6 right here. He was only able to block 2, so he's taking 4. Here's the last 2. That's, I did 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 right here. He blocked none of these. He's going to, finally, he did not beat the odds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He took 6 damage, and that is enough to finally take him down. Taking down our fallen Shogun not only means that we're fantastic fighters and a super good group, we also get some loot tokens or loot as well. So we're going to get our loot deck, give it a good old truffle shuffle here, and everybody's going to get one of these. We'll of course start with we'll go in the order I've always been going. Kasumi is going to be first. Kasumi is going to get herself a gear. Then we're going to move over to Shintaro. Shintaro is going to also gain a gear. Then we'll move to our sorceress. Our sorceress gets D6 times 25, and finally our samurai is going to gain $100 as usual. He is the buck man. He gets all the bucks. Oh, and I dropped one of the loot cards down there. That's okay. Kasumi's gear is she's able to get nunchucks +1 combat. If equipped with 2 hands, you gain an extra combat. Are you kidding me? So this would be 4 combat. Requires ability 3 or higher to use. Agility, sorry, 3 or higher to use. She has 4. And our monk has only 2. I'm kind of surprised. Everybody else only has 2. Oh no, our samurai could use these if we really wanted to give them to our samurai. So that's a really good weapon. That's, oh, it's going to make it tough to decide if I want to use that or my ninjatus. Now let's see what our traveling monk was able to find. Our traveling monk was able to find a mark of the Oni. It used 2 Darkstone to attach to any item. Your attacks are +1 damage against any large size or bigger enemies. Oh, that's really good. Okay, we're going to give him, well, he's got that, so that's fantastic. Now, I could always sell these if I wish to, but I don't know why I'd ever do that. Also, if you do ever put these on one of your characters with the Darkstone and everything, if you decide to get rid of that item, you can gain these back. Though if there's any upgrades you use that have to do physically or writing them on your paper that you paid for off of the city event or the city card, the characters like the blacksmith, you don't get anything back for those if you decide to ever sell the weapon you attach that to. Hope that makes sense. We do have some blood money here. We're going to roll a d6 and see what we get. We got 4 times 25. That's 100 gold for Yuri. And of course, Bob got another 100 gold. He is the money bags. He wins it all. He is Scrooge McDuck when it comes to money. Being able to escape from the fortress, we were victorious and we get rewarded. Each hero is going to receive 100 experience points and we're going to be able to go to the village. And for how much we did in this adventure, every one of our characters is going up a level. For example, here is Yuri. Yuri is now at 670 experience points, meaning her next level will be 1,000, and she's at current level 2. I put a star next to this to remind us that we have to level up. She also has 690 gold now, 2 Darkstones, and 4 corruption, which I don't think is going to be good. I think something's going to happen to her. Now, when you level up, you're going to roll on a table, and then you're also going to pick something that helps out your characters. For example, I could go down this elementary mastery or relic guardian, dragonkin, or void lore, and each one of these is going to give us a separate type of ability. So we'll have to decide how we want to level our characters up moving into the next village scene. One of the things I'm thinking about is potentially getting this conjuring so we can get a new magic spell that's not a ranged attack. I think that'd be a better thing. The other one's possible is I could get +1 lore and get +2 arcane powder. I could get 6 armor, be immune to bleeding and burning, and gain +1 strength. Or I could get this counter spell which prevents spells from going off against me. We didn't find any of those, so I think my vote is here. If you've got something else you think would be better, let me know in the comments below. The next person we're going to look at is Kasumi. Kasumi got an absolute monstrous amount of experience points, and she's up to 1,605. So for her next level, I have to figure it out. She's currently level 3. Now, the way I do this is different from the book. After you get to your level, you're supposed to put your experience points back to 0. But I want to be able to level these characters up and really have some fun with these. So we're just doing it every time we keep on going. We're going to gain a level. Now, if you gain 2 levels in an adventure, that's not going to happen. You're just only going to gain 1. In the next adventure, you'll gain another, and so on and so forth. 590 gold, 8 Darkstones, and 4 corruption as well. So again, I think bad things are coming. Now she can also level herself up. And of course, I totally forgot that we had already been level 2. So I actually had deadly accuracy and didn't even do it. So I think we're just going to continue on down the path here. So for her clan veteran, she'll now be able to use her Ninja Clan's ability a second time during each adventure, which is able to heal, I think it was 2 health or sanity, however you want to split it up amongst every person on your tile, which is really cool. So we're going to have that ability for her. Next we have Shintaro. Shintaro has an astronomical amount of experience as well. He did fantastic. He is up to 1445. Level 3 with 475 gold, 11 Darkstones. Now 8 of those are in a chest that you can't take corruption for. He does have 1 corruption already, but he's not going to have any more from this adventure, thank goodness. He's able to go up as well. And of course I forgot about his thing here that says do not fear, which we're just going to keep continuing up this thing. So he was supposed to be able to myth and demon enemies do 1 less damage to him, and he's immune to their fear ability. Totally forgot that I had this when we started playing. He also is going to now between worlds, while in the other world you have 1 extra die on all your skill tests, which is super cool. So we might be going there after we get through the village. So that's Shintaro. Last we have, of course, Bob. Bob has 570 experience points, so he just barely made it to 2nd level. His next will be 1,000, but he's got almost 1,000 gold pieces, 2 Darkstone, and 4 corruption, so that's no good. But he does have +2 corruption resistance. Now for him, we also have to pick a path to go down. We have Battle Tested. I could learn a new samurai ability and gain +1 luck, or Growing Rage. Once per adventure, gain 1 fury for every 2 wounds you currently have on you. While at half health or less, I have +1 combat. The other one is Way of the Warrior. Once per fight, you may add 1 to all your armor rolls just rolled, and I get +1 max grit. Now he already gets to reroll armor saves, so this might not be a bad one. And Leadership. At the start of each turn, choose any 1 hero or ally to heal 1 wound or sanity damage, 1 lore. So let me know what you think about that. Though I think I might just have my Patreons, if you're interested in voting on these, they're going to be the ones doing it. That way, because that's something I like to do for my Patreons, is be able to give them the ability to manipulate the game and help us decide how our characters evolve. So if you're interested in shaping how this game ends up, then please join my Patreon. The link is in the description below, and greatly appreciate your support. It'd be really fun to hear what you think about what we should do about our characters. Of course, if you're not a Patreon, please also leave it in the comments below. I would love to hear what you have to say about this. Thank you so much for watching the playthrough. I hope you enjoyed my playthrough of Shadows of Brimstone. We are continuing into the village next, because we actually got out of the fortress. I was hoping to go to the village now, but we weren't able to because we lost the last mission. We got to fight this giant shogun. This guy is absolutely out of control. This guy is super cool, though I think he was really built to be a person that could manipulate and help out his comrades around him, and we wiped all of them out. I noticed once we wiped them out, it wasn't too tough to bring him down, because he just doesn't pack the punch that I thought he would with only 2 combat and having a 4+ melee to do damage. He was only able to do 2 horror hits a turn, so eventually we were able to soak up all this damage and be able to take him down. It was really cool to fight against an epic level monster like this, and I've got even more of these planned in the future. If you did enjoy the playthrough, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when the next Shadow of Brimstone games come out. I do come back to this game quite often, and like I said, this was voted on by my Patreon to bring back to the channel, so because of that, I'll probably be bringing it back again very soon. I really want to try out that village expansion that I got, the Feudal Village. I think it'd be lots of fun. Again, thank you so much for watching, and if you're excited to see more Shadows of Brimstone with our amazing group of characters, then I need you to meet me at the table.